Welcome to my channel Young and the Restless Official, where you can get news about. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow, and I am your buddy. Now let's get started. Young and the Restless sees Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, walk out on Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and vows to never take him back. However, head writer Josh Griffith has a reputation for repeating plots. And this leads to speculation that Sally may turn up pregnant but not want Adam involved. Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, is also rumored to be pregnant, either by Adam or Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. On YNR, Billy and Sally have a solid friendship. And there's a chance that this relationship could evolve into something more. It's also suggested that Billy could pretend to be the father of Sally's child to protect her from Adam's involvement. Such a move would undoubtedly stir up more drama, especially with the long-standing feud between Billy and Adam, which is mostly driven by the death of Delia Abbott, Sophie Polono. Young and Restless hints at a possible plot twist involving a fake love affair between Sally and Billy to fool Adam. This could be a clever payback for the lies and betrayals both Sally and Billy have suffered at the hands of Adam and Chelsea. This twist could give Young and the Restless a fresh take on the old soap trope of pretend relationships and secret pregnancies. In the end, The Young and the Restless continues to keep its viewers on edge. Sally Spectra's life in Genoa City had never been simple. From her tumultuous relationship with Adam Newman to her career aspirations, she was always caught between her ambitions and her emotions. But now, a pregnancy test had turned her world upside down, leaving her wondering if her future was even more precarious than she'd feared. The morning sun filtered through her apartment window, casting a soft glow across the room, but it felt anything but peaceful to Sally. She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the positive pregnancy test on her nightstand. The revelation had shocked her to the core. A baby? Now? Her relationship with Adam had recently ended, and she had just started to consider what her life might look like moving forward, without him. How could she be pregnant now? Worse, Adam was the father. Sally's mind raced as she recalled the chaotic months leading up to this moment. Her career in the fashion world was finally taking off, and she was carving out a name for herself, distinct from the legacy she carried from her Spectra lineage. She had managed to step out of the shadows of Genoa City's power players and establish herself. But now, a baby could change everything. Would this news derail everything she'd worked for? And then there was Nick Newman. While her feelings for Adam had always been complicated, Nick had been her rock through it all. He was supportive and kind, the opposite of Adam's more volatile tendencies. But the secret of the baby was one she feared would fracture the trust between them forever. Nick had already sacrificed so much to be with her, including standing up to his own family. Could he accept that she was carrying Adam's child? Sally felt a knot tightening in her stomach, both from anxiety and the early stirrings of morning sickness. What was she supposed to do now? The weight of the decision gnawed at her, making her feel trapped. It was almost too much to process: her past with Adam, her budding relationship with Nick, her career aspirations, and now this unexpected pregnancy. Sally grabbed her phone, hesitating for a long moment before dialing Chloe Mitchell's number. If anyone could understand the conflicting emotions running through her, it was Chloe. When Chloe answered, her voice was warm but immediately concerned as she could sense Sally's distress. Chloe's mind whirled, considering the complications. She knew Sally's situation was far from ideal. Telling Adam would open up a whole new level of chaos, but keeping it from him was dangerous too. Adam was the kind of man who, once he knew the truth, would fight tooth and nail for custody, if that's where it led. And then there was Nick. Sally's relationship with him had blossomed, but Chloe doubted Nick would be able to look past the fact that Adam was the father. "What are you thinking?" Chloe asked, her voice gentle but probing. "Are you going to tell them?" Sally bit her lip, her heart heavy. "I don't know. Part of me just wants to disappear for a while, figure things out without anyone's influence. But then there's my career. I don't want to lose everything I've worked for. And Nick. I care about him, Chloe. I don't want to hurt him. Chloe sighed, clearly torn. I understand why you feel that way, but disappearing might not be the answer. Eventually, the truth will come out, and it'll be even worse if you keep it from them. You've got to face this, Sal. You're stronger than you think. Sally wiped a tear from her cheek, her mind still clouded with uncertainty. Could she handle this? Could she face Adam and Nick, tell them both the truth, and somehow come out the other side with her sanity intact? Later that day, Sally found herself walking aimlessly through Chancellor Park, trying to clear her head. The weight of the pregnancy hung over her like a storm cloud, every step feeling heavier than the last. As she sat on a bench, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Adam, asking if they could talk. It was almost as if he could sense something was going on. Sally stared at the message, dread pooling in her stomach. She couldn't put this off any longer. But first, she needed to talk to Nick. He deserved to hear the truth from her before anyone else. That evening, Sally invited Nick over to her apartment. The moment he walked through the door, she could tell that he sensed something was wrong. His brow furrowed, and he sat down beside her, gently taking her hand. Sally, what's going on? You've been distant. Is everything okay? Sally took a deep breath, her heart pounding in her chest. Nick, there's something I need to tell you. And it's not easy. Nick's eyes darkened with concern. Whatever it is, you can tell me. Sally hesitated, then finally spoke the words that had been haunting her. I'm pregnant. And it's Adam's. The silence that followed was deafening. Nick's face fell, his expression a mix of hurt, shock, and confusion. He let go of her hand, standing up and pacing the room, clearly grappling with the news. Sally. I don't even know what to say right now, Nick finally said, his voice heavy with emotion. This changes everything. Tears streamed down Sally's face as she watched Nick struggle to process the revelation. She could see the pain in his eyes, the weight of the betrayal, even though she hadn't meant for it to happen this way. As the night wore on, Sally realized that her pregnancy had indeed driven her to a crossroads. There was no running from it now. Whether it led her to drastic action or forced her to confront her past and future head-on, only time would tell. But one thing was clear, Sally Spectra's life would never be the same again.